This is how to craft irresistible cold email offers. There's four things that you're going to need in like every offer, and that's, I mean, first to have a clear gain, to know what you're offering to them and what they're going to get, right? What's in it for them. Make it worth their time, so it's not a small gain. Because if they're going to be spending time to work with you and see what your offer is, the outcome of that and what they receive should be significant. They don't want like one call a month or whatever. Make it achievable. You don't want to offer 200 calls a month because no one's going to believe that, and like it's going to lower trust. So even if you can get that, it's going to lower trust and it's going to seem like some sort of scam or something. And make it make sense. Pretty simple. So yeah, there's three main offers that you're going to be selling, and that's going to be, you can either make them money, you can either save them time, or you can save them money. So those are three main things you're going to do. I always try to pose my offer in a way that it looks like I'm making the money rather than the other two, because I believe it looks like it has the most value. So if your offer is to make someone money, that's usually going to be through getting them clients or calls or increasing the revenue or sales. So for example, I can get you 5 to 8 calls per month using AI. Now this using part matters quite a bit, because if you say using ads, it's not going to convert nearly as well, because people are going to have assumptions about ads. They're probably going to assume that, like, oh, it's just an ad person that wants to charge me thousands of dollars a month for ads. Whereas if you say I can do it using AI, you're like, oh, well, AI is so powerful, it might be cheaper, and the assumptions on AI might be better, right? So make sure that the using part is put in a way that the assumptions on how you're going to get them the offer is positive and not negative in your favor. Yeah, if you can increase the revenue by 20% with email flows to follow up on leads, that's a good service that you're saying, because like, okay, well, maybe I'm not following up on my leads, so it makes sense that they could do this with email flows, right? They'll be like, oh, like it might be like a light bulb, like, oh yeah, that makes sense. I'm not following up. If I follow up, I can get this. Now, saving time, that's just a note. Same time, you're going to see this a lot in like statuses, because it's like a software that's just going to speed up the work. So saving time would be like handling a task or an automation or a substitute for something in their workload to speed it up. So like I can manage your GBPs, which is Google Business Profiles, on autopilot using our software. Now the reason I can put GBP is because I'm sending to relevant leads, so they're going to know what that means. And they're also going to know that I know what it means, which adds a little bit of trust there. And if you say I can do it on autopilot using our software, they're like, okay, well, we're spending, they're going to know how much time they're allocating to that and be like, well, if they could do it on autopilot, that's worth quite a bit. Or, I could automate your lead gen with an AI agent. So when you're doing the save time offer, you don't necessarily have to say how much time you're saving them, but pretty much what task you can remove from their workflow or automate in the workflow, which is very valuable because it saves them more time as they scale. So it is proportionately better or good. Saving the money. That's like giving an alternative to an expense or increasing efficiency. I mean, really, most of these things, like they can be almost the same offer, just the way that you put it and the way that you word it, right? How you pose your offer. So I can save you money ad spend with our pay-per-lead system. That's pretty much just saying, well, I can change you from a fixed cost to a commission-based plan, which would be lower price. So say they have ads that aren't working, we're like, okay, well, we can try this new thing, and it's going to be lower risk, because if it doesn't work for us, that's not going to work for them, and we're not going to have to pay them. So that's the way you could make a save money one pretty powerful. Or like I can save you however many dollars with like a 5-minute ad consultation. Maybe you turn off their underperforming ads and you do some little changes. I don't really know how much you'd be able to save them, but if you can put something like that and like I can save you this with a consultation, they're like, okay, and it gives you a bunch of leverage to be like, okay, well, next step is just get on the consultation, hop on a call with me, and then you can do your sales and go bam, 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 and close them. So yeah, really what you should look at with this is how you pose your offer, because For some of my guys, right, for these AI automation agencies, you might say, I can automate your lead gen with an AI agent, but automating their lead gen is going to get them 5 to 8 calls per month. So I would rather pose it as I can get you 5 to 8 calls per month using AI, or you can even do both. You could write, I can automate your lead gen to get you 5 to 8 calls per month using, say, an AI system or an AI automation. Automation. There we go. That may work pretty well. So you can try that, and that could be pretty good. You can do multiple of these offers. Just make sure that it is direct. So you don't want to put in too much. You don't want to put in like, I can save you money here and here, save you time here, and make you money here, because it's just going to be a lot of reading there. It's not going to make much sense, right? It's not going to be as clear of a gain. So yeah. Now you can prove this adds a lot of strength to your offer. I usually do it in PS lines. You can do it in the next line if you have, say, like a free trial or some sort of deal in your PS line. But I mean, I would prefer to put a case study in my PS line. I really like doing this. So an example would be like, I can get you 3 to 5 more calls a month with Google Ads. Then PS, we got Derek at XYZ HVAC 10 calls last month using our system. And this shows them, well, I mean, it might be a conservative estimate for 3 to 5 calls a month because they got this guy 10 calls. And they might be hopeful about it and be like, okay, well, we need 10 calls. And I'm hopeful that maybe they could get that with us because we're in HVAC and maybe he's reaching out to, multiple different people. I don't know. But it just builds trust, and it shows you, what you can do for them. And yeah, just adds trust and adds a bit of like certainty, like value to your offer. Or I mean, another one would be like, I can increase your revenue by this much with email flows. We helped Ella increase her revenue by this much with email flows. This one, it's also adding context to the offer. So that's a big one. If I can increase your revenue by this much, I'm not putting a time period, I'm not putting a timestamp. Whereas here I'm saying per month. Here, there's no time spent to the offer, so it's a bit vague because it might take you 2 years to get that. So if you put a case study saying, well, we got a similar amount to this, right? Pretty much in the 20 to 50 range in 3 months. Like, okay, well, I could probably expect a 20 to 50% gain in 3 months. So that extra context is going to add certainty and make it make more sense, which is essential. So I would play around with this. Definitely add a PS line to your offer. I always try to make my offer a make money offer. I think those work the best. It's the most clear. Just like your business is trying to make money, I can make you more money. That's going to be good for you guys. So yeah, definitely do this. Make sure that your offer is hitting these 4 criteria, and subscribe.